Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Crescent Sound podcast, where I give you a platform to express your struggle stories. You can either email me your stories on thecrescentsound@gmail.com and I present them on the podcast for you, or I can have you come on as a guest on the podcast and you can tell your story by yourself. Anyways, I'm your host, Luna, and let's begin with today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to the seventh episode for the Crescent Sound. I'm your host Luna, and welcome. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm sick right now. And well, a little fun fact about me is that I get sick very often, so this is probably not gonna be the last time you'll hear me sick on this podcast. But yeah, that's just a little tidbit fun fact about me. I get sick very often. So yeah, anyways, I guess we can just start with today's episode. So before we dive right into the episode, let me give you all some background. So I got the submission and this person wanted me to just tell the story about their family. They said it's not exactly just about them, but more so about how their family dynamic has been working all through these years. And I thought it's like, okay, I can tell this story, so it's fine by me. Anyways, let's begin with today's episode. From a very young age, I always felt like I was the only adult in the household. The other people in my house were my mom and my dad and my older brother. It always felt like I was the ignored child in my house. It was always about my older brother, and everything he did was excused by my parents, and they could never say no to him. Because of all the extra attention given to my brother, growing up I was mostly alone and spent my time doing whatever. It was so weird whenever my peers would talk about doing activities with their parents because in my head, parents were just like these mean figures in our lives that don't need to know anything about us. It was just bizarre to me when people tell me they were close to their family because I never felt like I could be close enough with any of my family to tell them anything about myself. Plus, both my parents are alcoholics, chain smokers, and drug addicts, and these same habits sort of started reflecting on my brother. And when they found out about these things, they didn't say a word. And I was absolutely shocked by that because in my head, both my mom and dad would have gone absolutely ballistic. Because if I did the same thing, it would be like the world is coming to an end. And like I said, they didn't say anything. And anyways, every time my brother did something drastic, my parents would severely underreact. However, if I did something even a fraction of the degree of what he did, it would be the end for me. And to be honest, I didn't mind that too much since now that I look at my brother, he just seems like a complete narcissist. And I'm glad I am not like that, or at least I hope I'm not like that. And what I do mind is why couldn't they have at least tried to give me the same amount of attention as they gave him? Why was I not deserving of even a tiny bit of the attention they gave him? I felt so alone growing up, and even now I continue to feel alone unless I surround myself with people all the time. So that's where the submission ends. And firstly, your parents don't sound like very nice people. I'm so sorry that you had to grow up with that and it just doesn't sound right to you because well see you are deserving of every bit of attention that your brother also did receive, and your parents just don't sound like good people. And I don't know what your relationship is like with your brother, but I don't think it would be too good either. But even if it is good, then that's nice, I guess. But from what you said, I genuinely don't think he's a nice person because well you said he's a narcissist. But I just hope you can find some solace and like some happiness in your place. And I know it's really hard and things seem really grim right now. But like I always say in all my episodes, things always get better. No matter how worse they are right now, they do get better. You just have to have some faith and continue on. And I'm so proud of you for even sending in this submission. And I'm so proud of you for typing this out. And I'm so proud of you for living through all of that because, well, it's not easy to be alone all the time. Sometimes you need like social interaction. Sometimes you need that sort of attention from your parents, but you don't get that, and it's not good for you. Like, you need that. And honestly, it's really just commendable, and I hope you can work through everything that your parents have given you, because I'm sure it would have left some heavy trauma and like a lot of emotional baggage on you, especially because, well, you were neglected as a child. And your parents being alcoholics, chain smokers, and drug addicts, whoa, I don't know how do you get into those things without genuinely having some sort of root problem. Plus, both of them and your brother, like, there has to be something in your family that has to be investigated, has to be talked through, which I, quite frankly, I am not qualified enough to say anything about that. But I'm so sorry about everything. I'm genuinely really sorry, and I hope things do get better, and they will get better. Trust me, they will get better. I hope you can be independent whenever you can be, and you didn't deserve any of the things that your parents gave you. That's completely their fault, and their fault for not identifying that you could have been an amazing child to them if they would have just given you like a fraction of the things they were giving your brother, like, it's not fair. And I am genuinely just speechless, because, like, how can, parents treat their child like this? Like, you willingly brought life into this world and you're neglecting that life. It's not okay. And like I said, things that are like a house or food or clothes, these are all things that you were supposed to be given, because why are you having kids if you can't provide these basic things to your children, right? These are basic needs, okay? These are not things to be exactly grateful for or thankful for that your parents are giving them to you, because quite frankly, you should not be having kids if you can't provide your kids with these things. Everything else, it should be secondary, right? Like, just because you give these things to your kids doesn't mean you're amazing parents. That's meeting the bare minimum. You should be doing that regardless of whatever your child is like. Even if your child's like a horrible person, you're supposed to provide these things for them. And if you're providing them with these things, then you shouldn't be expected to be given an award, because, like I said, it's the bare minimum. Okay. And I don't know why parents think they're so amazing for giving just the bare minimum to their children, because, well, I know it takes a lot of work to provide for your children, but still, you should not be having kids if you can't provide these things for them, you know? But anyways, um this is like a really short episode. I'm sorry. Plus, I also can't speak for too long because of my voice. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. I'm your host Luna, and I'll see you next episode. Thank you for watching this episode of The Crescent Sound. I hope you enjoyed and continue visiting this channel for more uploads. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to know immediately when I upload, and follow me on Instagram for updates on the coming episode for the Crescent Sound podcast.